everybody, this is Angela and you're listening to 5 Picks and a Chick featuring El Gato. This is a show that gives you 5 NFL picks for people who love football and friendly wagering. Today we are joined by our special guest, Big Zay. Thanks for being with us, Big Zay.
Thank you guys for having me and bringing me back.
All right. Well, let's get started. Last week I went 4-1 and El Gato went 1-4. Our season record is, mine is 26 wins, 16 losses, and 3 ties. That would give me a 62%. El Gato, you're still, above 500. So, you're 23 wins, 19 losses, and 3 pushes. So that's 55%. So that's still a profit.
If it's green, I'll take it. But yeah, it's been rough. We had a couple of rough games last week, and dang it, it's just that's the way the NFL is. Catching some bad breaks as far as my picking is concerned. My teams aren't coming through the way they should, especially in the red zone. Cowboys 3 times inside the 10, can't put it in. So yeah, it's been a little rough patch. But the good thing about Thursdays is that we have a new set of games to pick, and let's see what happens.
That's right. I can't believe we're talking about Week 10. We're starting the second half of the football season, not counting playoffs. That's just crazy. We were just so ready for football to start, and it's already Week 10.
Moving along quickly. You're right about that.
Yep. Well, my first pick is going to be Green Bay +3 at Pittsburgh. Green Bay broke their 4-game losing streak last week, and although it wasn't against a great team in the Rams, they did dominate the game, outgaining the Rams by 200 yards. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, even though they are 5-3 on the season, they have been outgained in every game. Not a sustainable way to win. Taking the Packers. What are your thoughts on this game, Big Zay?
This right here, this is going to be an ugly game if you like offense. Both offenses, I think, are really underperforming for the season, in my opinion. It's definitely going to be a defensive game. In my opinion, the Steelers have the better defense, better overall defensive player in T.J. Watt. So, yeah, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go with the Steelers.
What are your thoughts on this game, El Gato?
Yeah, both teams are struggling offensively. It's hard to believe the Steelers do have a winning record. 5-3. That's hard to believe the way they've been playing offensively.
Yeah.
But Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers team, they rely on their defense these last couple of years. Certainly this year. And as Big Zay points out, they've got the better defense. I think so. And with that, and having home field advantage, I want to take the Steelers on this one. The Steelers are challenged offensively as well as Green Bay is, but I'm going to take the defense on this one. Packers going to be probably minus their top receiver in Watson, so that's going to challenge Love to get downfield. And both teams are challenged offensively, but I'm going to take the home team and the defense and the Steelers covering on this one. Steelers.
Well, my second pick is going to be Jets +1 at Raiders. The Jets are coming off an embarrassing Monday night loss, but did win 3 in a row before that. I look for them to bounce back against a Raider team that clearly had something to prove last week against a weak Giant team. The Raiders have not beat a winning team all year. The Raiders need to pack away their cigars for this game. Give me the Jets +1. What are your thoughts on this game, Big Zay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one. Last week, I know that they played the Giants, but the Raiders playing some inspiring ball right now under the new coach Antonio Pierce. Was actually pretty cool. He got to beat his former team in his head coaching debut. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one. I have absolutely no faith in Zach Wilson. And that offense it's pretty crazy. The Jets offense, on paper, you would think they'd be a lot better than what they have shown this season, but damn, they got superstars all over that offensive side of the ball. But it's crazy that this tells you how bad Zach Wilson is, in my opinion. He got all the weapons and nothing to show for it. So again, another ugly game, but I'm going to go with the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one.
What are your thoughts on this game, El Gato?
Yeah, my love-hate relationship with the Jets will continue. I mean, it seems like it's that way every week for me. You know, I think they're going to pull through and have a breakout game, and then, as Big Zay says, Wilson last week 3 fumbles, losing 2. You know, surprisingly, Garrett losing 1, and then you have a blowout win. The opposing team. But in this particular case, I'm going to count on a bounce back game for the Jets. They're at +1, so I'll take that point. I'm going to go with the Jets defense on this one against the Raiders' lackluster offense. I think the Jets can do just enough to pull this one out. Field goals are okay, even though the Jets do struggle in the red zone scoring touchdowns. If they can put some field goals together and let the defense rise up and stop the Raiders, that should do it. I'll take the Jets at +1.
All right. Do you have a third pick for us, Big Zay?
Yes, for mine, I got the Jags +3 versus the 49ers. 49ers are one of the NFL teams that are struggling right now, but somehow they are still ranked above my Eagles in the power rankings, which completely surprises me. Anyways, that's another topic for another day. Won't get into that here. But, yeah, I'm going to take the Jags here. The Jags are also a team that one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. Before having their bye week last week, man, they're on a 5-game winning streak. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Jags on this one. I love Trevor Lawrence. ETN is also playing great in the backfield. And, the Jags are playing some pretty good ball right now for Doug Peterson. So, in this one, I'm going to have the Jags pull the upset on the 49ers.
What are your thoughts on this game, El Gato?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Big Zay on this one with Jags at +3. 49ers are coming off the 3 straight losses, and during that stretch, they're scoring under 17, 18 points a game, riddled with turnovers as well. Purdy not playing well at all. The 49ers defense, they are what they are. They're not pretty strong and stout. They get Chase Young added to that defensive line. That's, is going to cost. They get Debo back on the offensive side, so that should help Purdy and the run game. But, are the 49ers, can they keep up with Trevor Lawrence? Can they keep up with the wide receiver quadruplets, if that's even a word, in Ridley, Ingram, Kirk, and Flowers? Then you got ETN in the backfield. The Jags, I'm hoping they can put up some points at home. They should. And anything that they can put up is going to, cause some pressure on Purdy to try to keep up. With that in mind, I'll take the Jags at +3. It's going to be a tight game, but I'll take the Jags at home +3.
Yeah, I feel like the bye week for these teams will benefit the Niners more. They had a chance to regroup, get healthy, and for the Jags, the bye week could actually stop their momentum of their 5-game winning streak. So I'm taking the Niners in this game.
Okay, -3, right?
Yes, -3. Yes, sir. And
Gotcha.
So do you have a 4th and 5th pick for us, El Gato?
Yeah, I have a couple of picks here. I want to go back to my Lions. I shouldn't say they're my Lions, but I do like that squad. I like the way they play ball. The Lions are coming off a really tough loss against the Ravens. A couple of weeks ago, they ran into that buzzsaw of that Ravens defense, and of course, the Ravens offense was just clicking on all points. And at the Lions at -3 at the Chargers, the Lions get their running back in Montgomery back. A couple of their offensive linemen are healthier than what they were a couple of weeks ago. And this is going to be, I think, a bounce-back game for the Lions. That game against the Ravens really humbled them. They were on a roll. But off the bye week and off some rest, and the Chargers coming off they've won a couple of games. They haven't been that impressive. I think the Lions fan base travels well. They may have more fans at the Chargers than actual Chargers fans. So this may be a kind of a mini home game for the Lions. I'll take the Lions -3 in a good bounce back game from losing to the Ravens.
What do you think about this game, Big Zay?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with El Gato on this one. I got the Lions as well. Since I've been a guest on this podcast, I've never went against Dan Campbell, so why start now? But
yeah, why start? Yeah, don't start.
Honestly, yeah, right. last couple before the bye week, Montgomery was out, and like Gato said, he'll be coming back. But man, this Lions offense, I think they finally figured out how to use Jahmyr Gibbs, which I think is him and Montgomery in the same backfield is going to be very key to the rest of their season. If they can stay healthy, then this offense is sky's the limit for these guys. But you got to also think too, whenever their run game is starts getting strong, starts getting going, they also got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got him on the outside. So when you get that run game going, I mean, that to me, that's just going to open up the passing game. And when you got a veteran like Jared Goff back there who's playing some great football right now, I mean, those are just ingredients for just a great team. The Chargers, to me, are a team that doesn't have an identity. I don't know what to think about the Chargers. I love them. I love Justin Herbert. But, man, you never know how this team's going to come out. I would say that if the Chargers had a healthy wide receiver room, I would give them this game. But, with them being banged up, I'm going to go with the Lions on this one.
All right. Well, I know a few podcasts back we were talking about the Lions and how their fan base is traveling really well and thought it would help them in the game, and it did not at all. So it's not going to help them in this game. I'm going with the Chargers. The Lions are 1-2 against winning teams this year, and the one win was 1 point on opening night, and that was versus the Chiefs, who were without two of their best players. The Chargers are a good team. They're at home and getting points, so I'm going with the Chargers.
All right.
Do you have a fifth pick for us, El Gato?
I've got the Houston Texans at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are at -6. I'm going to take the Bengals on this one. They've been playing some good football. Joe Burrow appears to be 100%, and he's certainly playing that way. They had an impressive win against the Buffalo Bills the other night. Hoping Jamar Chase, their number one wide receiver, is back at 100%. I'm hoping he will. There's no reports indicating that he won't play. He's questionable, so that usually means he's playing. Got Joe Mixon at running back, running strong, producing some third down conversions. And they've played some really good football. They've held Seattle. They beat Seattle. They've beaten the 49ers. They've beaten the Bills. And the Texans are coming off a really emotional win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the other day. C.J. Stroud playing out of his mind. Marched the team down 40 seconds, no timeouts, and produced a game-winning touchdown. Can he repeat that performance? I don't know. The Bengals defense playing some solid ball. I'll take the Bengals at home to continue the win streak, and Joe Burrow really slicing and dicing that Texans secondary. I figure if Baker Mayfield can torch that Texans secondary, certainly Joe Burrow can do the same. So touchdown win for the Bengals, should cover the -6.5.
What do you think about this game, Big Zay?
This is Big Zay's game of the week right here. I think the spread for this game it's a little bit too wide for me. I mean, I think this game is going to come down to the wire, and it's going to be a firework game. It's going to be a lot of offensive power on both sides of the ball. You got two young quarterbacks on playing against each other. It just shows you that the NFL is in pretty good hands when you see a game like this. I love both teams. I'm going to go with the Texans just because I'm not sure if they're going to win the game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than 6 points, in my opinion. Man, if the Texans defense can somehow step it up compared to what they did last week and kind of tame Joe Burrow, who's one of the hottest quarterbacks right now, I can see this game going down to the wire and being a close one. So, yeah, that's what I think. I love the Texans. I love C.J. Stroud. He's having a historic year. It's just it's awesome to see the Texans doing this on, as you would say, quote unquote rebuild year. And in my opinion, and I'm gonna get some hate for it, but I'm an Eagles fan. The Texans are the best team in Texas right now when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Even better than Westlake?
He did say NFL. He did say
close.
NFL.
That's close,
There might be a couple Westlake players on both teams.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so give me the Texans on this one.
All right. Well, this is definitely going to be a battle of the quarterbacks. Both are candidates for MVPs, so it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. But I like the Bengals to cover. The Bengals are on a roll right now after their slow start. They should hopefully just keep it rolling against this upstart Texans team who are squeaking out wins, but that's good. I mean, but I just don't think that Stroud can take this game over Burrow. Texans may keep this close early, but Bengals should pull away in the second half. So give me the Bengals to cover.
All right.
What are your final thoughts for this week, El Gato?
Wow, week 10, like you mentioned, here we are, and some more good football. It's going to be some crucial ball games. I'm really looking forward to watching that 49ers and Jaguar game. That's going to be a really tough game. Tough in a sense of a battle. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to some good football. Lions, Chargers, I'm going to be watching that. Just a full NFL Sunday as usual. We'll see.
We will see. I think it's going to be some good games. I'm not too sure about tonight's game. It might be a sleeper, but the rest of the week should be good.
That's right. You know what? Last week I was bragging on Bryce Young. Golly. What? I mean, he had been playing so well the last couple of weeks with that new OC, and seemed like he was starting to get it. You know, those 2 pick sixes really, really put that team behind quick.
Yeah.
They couldn't recover from that. During that game, I was thinking, and of course, after the Houston Texans played, I started thinking, wow, I wonder if Carolina wished they had selected C.J. Stroud, because clearly, I'm no NFL expert, but he just seems to be a notch above Young right now, both physically and in talent.
Yeah, they had the opportunity and they went the other way. Even though I am really rooting for Bryce Young, I just, golly, he just is really struggling right now.
Really
so
is.
I hope he eventually finds his way and improves and has a good NFL. What am I trying to say? NFL career. Yeah, that was the word. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say, but
let's worry about year one first. Let's hope he survives year one.
Yeah, let's hope he survives his first year. Poor guy. Well, I'm rooting for him, though.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the guy, too, for sure.
Well, if you have made it to this point in our podcast, we just want to thank you for listening to 5 Picks and a Chick. Be sure to tell your friends about us. Also, hit the subscribe and like button on our YouTube channel at 5 Picks and a Chick. You can also find us wherever you get your favorite podcasts or ask Alexa to play 5 Picks and a Chick. Thank you to Big Zay for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for bringing me back.
Make sure to join us next week. Our guest picker will be Henry. And as always, thank you to El Gato for being part of 5 Picks and a Chick. 1, 2, 3, break.
Break, and that's a wrap.